Welcome back to the Major World Order YouTube channel. I'm your host, Billy Peck, and we are talking about Living Dead Dolls presents Ghostface Lives.
You're listening to the Major Pod Network, the only place where your favorite toy store, card shop, arcade, theme park, and arena are all on the same block. Scratch that major itch.
The following announcement has been paid for by the Major World Order. Major World Order.
Alright everyone, thanks for tuning in to another YouTube channel exclusive, because we don't put it anywhere else. Well, maybe on Patreon in advance sometimes at patreon.com/Major World Order. So if you want to check out some things before everyone else, that might be a place to go check out. Anyway, so Living Dead Dolls, talked about them before. If you're familiar with the channel, you already know. If you're not, welcome to the channel, where every once in a while we'll cover Living Dead Dolls. Let's let them breathe. A little hard to push down. I was trying to have dramatic effect, horror movies. It just didn't work. But anyway, we're gonna cut from the bottom. Let that down. Be careful. Make sure not to stab myself. Oh yeah, that's pokey. I'm just gonna set that off to the side for now. When I draw any blood, it would only be fitting for an episode like this. We are talking about, though, Mezco Toys. Living Dead Dolls presents. As I said, we've covered some of this stuff on the channel before, and we've covered Ghostface before. And actually, if you are familiar with that, you'll remember, you'll know, or if you haven't, you can go check it out. But I'm going to give a little bit of information that I kind of discovered. I don't want to call it 100% factual information, but I'm pretty sure it answers a few questions that I had the last time. Now, big, nice open window box if you like to keep things mint in box. And actually, hey, my wife and I, who I do these reviews for because she's the one that collects these, we just went to a horror convention, Crypticon, Kansas City. Great little, small town horror convention. Very family friendly, family feel, I should say. We met two different ghost faces. Would look incredible signing this. So, future reference if you're ever into that kind of thing. Cool thing about the box, like I said, it does look good. It's got these neat kind of jagged edges for appeal for whatever. My words are, as someone who's reviewing, you think my words would be a little bit better, but hey, sometimes they're not. And I don't consider myself a professional reviewer. We're all friends here hanging out, giving you just a real, honest inspection of this thing as I'm looking at it right on the the get-go. It does have like some really cool art where it's the ghost faces, different faces, just in the art of the box. Ghostface Lives. Got it on the side, got a little art on the back. Nothing too crazy, but I do think the box presentation does look really cool on the front. let's get into the figure, and we'll get into some of that other information that I was talking about that others, may or may not know. Now we have Ghostface unleashed from his plastic tomb, and so here's some of the interesting thing about this. Ghostface lives. That's not a it's not a movie, or anything like that. We've had Scream 1 through 6, and a 7 on the way, and unless I'm mistaken here, I don't recall any Ghostface look where it's deteriorated. The mask is kind of like Michael Myers in like the Rob Zombie remake, or in the new sequels, where that mask is aged 40 years or whatever. Don't recall any of that with Scream, so I'm leaning on this as the fantasy side of things. And it's just got cracks and rip marks and very aged and discolored, and it looks awesome, but I'm pretty sure it's fantasy. And so, as I've stated in these things before, I don't do a bunch of research on a lot of this stuff. This is just my upfront reviews and my thoughts as I'm going along. And like I said, I might be mistaken. And I was. The cracked mask, this aged mask, is from the most recent Scream film, Scream 6. And so, yeah, it does exist. So it's not entirely fantasy. So, anyway, there you go. Enjoy the rest of this review. Fantasy. And here's where I start to get into this, kind of stuff with what I was mentioning, is like, so when I first reviewed, their first one, and maybe I could have pulled it out and looked, but it's not that big of a deal, is the hood came off completely. Now it is, it's got like an elastic band in there, and like, those little plastic tags on like shirts and stuff that hold the tag. It is connected to one of those through the head. That's pretty sure that's different. And the reason why I brought that up in the last review was because, if I recall correctly, in all of the Scream movies with Ghostface, when he takes the mask off, like the mask and hood is all connected, and then they have a cloak. It's not like just the white mask and then the hood comes down, which is what these are. And it's not the hugest deal to me, but it could be to others, because it's not completely like screen accurate. And I just recently come to find out that, and I think I talked about this too, everywhere it just says Ghostface, Ghostface, Ghostface. It doesn't say Scream or anything like that. And what it seems like, NECA is putting out figures and stuff, and it's all Ghostface. It's never Scream. So I don't think people are getting the license for the Scream franchise. They're getting it for the Ghostface costume. Excuse me. And yeah, Ghostface is a registered trademark of Fun Rule Division. Nowhere in any of this does it talk about Scream. So I kind of have to give it, some points back, that this isn't a Scream representation, but this is just Ghostface. And that could be very confusing to some people, because Ghostface is Scream. But anyway, I digress. The figure itself does look great. When you lift the arms, it's got these, ghostly, wavy tassels, a nice kind of like shimmer in the costume, black boots, black bodies underneath. Yeah, so again, this is as I've stated several times with previous reviews of these are dolls. They're not highly articulated deals. So like the hands where it really technically should be like a glove, it's just the regular hands. You can see, like the fingernails and the wrinkles of the fingers. It's just all painted black. So again, maybe not a huge thing. They maybe could have molded gloves or even put gloves. They are fantastic with the material they use for their soft goods. They could have maybe put gloves on it, or you just paint it black, and from a distance you don't even know unless you are truly looking up close. It comes with a knife, and yeah, again, that's pretty much it. Basic articulation, head swivel side to side, arms up and down, front and back. Same thing with the legs, but like no knees, no elbows, no ab crunch, nothing like that. So for fans of Ghostface, is this something that you would collect, since it's, I'm assuming most people are collecting these types of things because they're fans of the film franchise. Does this fall into something that you would want representing that franchise, or does it say no way because it's not actually the film franchise? Or do you just love the idea of Ghostface and you're cool with having these fantasy looks? That's obviously purchaser discretion. So anyway, fantasy or not, this Living Dead doll looks great, and hope you enjoyed the review, getting a little bit of an insight on this if you were to pick it up, or if you did pick it up and you wanted someone else's perspective on it. So if you're not already, please subscribe to this channel. These Living Dead dolls reviews come out every few months, a few times a year, and if you're into professional wrestling and the collector's market of that, and just other portions of pop culture in general, please check us out. We have a weekly podcast where we interview different collectors in the Major Wrestling Figure podcast community. So that's what we've got going on here at Major World Order. Thanks you for checking it out, and we'll see you on the next one.